Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Thank you. जय श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद भगवान की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna. So we'll be doing Aarti. It is here, up here. We'll be reading from there. Shiv Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Aarti Ko Shobha. Shiv Jaya Gora Shobha Janavita Hatavane Jagamana Lobha Gadadhara Vadakhine Hivadakhine Nitai Chan Pame Gadadhara Kivadakhine वामे गदा निकटे अद्वैत श्रीनिवास छत्रधारणी ते বসিয়াছে গৌরাচান রত্ন সিংহাসনে বসিয়াছে গৌরাচান आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदिदेव गणे नर हरि आदि कोरी चामर दुलाय नर हरि हरि गौरी संजय मुकुंद बासु घोष दिगाय राम शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल शंख मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परम रसाल मधुरा मृदंग शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल बहु कोटि चंद्र जी वदन उज्ज्वल को चंद्र जी वदन उज्ज्वल गल देश पन माल होर जल माल शिव सुख नारद प्रेम गद गद Shiva Sukh Bhakti Vinoda Dekhe Gorara Sampada Bhakti Vinoda Dekhe Gaurange Arati Shobha Jagajana Mana Lobha Gaurange Arati Shobha Jagajana Mana Lobha 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 Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaho Vishnu Padaya Krishna Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Gauravani Pracharine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta Jaya Shri Krishna Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे, कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, जय राधा गोकुलानंद राधे, जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, जय गौरांग निताय, जय गौरांग निताय, गौरांग निताय, जय गौरांग निताय, जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय श्री राधा गोकुलानंद भगवान की जय, श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय. Now we're going to sing the Nrsimha Arti. Namaste Narsinghaya, Namaste Narsinghaya, Prahlad-ladayine, Hiranyakashipurvakshaha, Shila का न खालाए, हितो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा, हितो यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा, बाहिर नरसिंहा हृदय नरसिंहा, नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये, नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये, तव करकमलवरे नागाम् अद्भुत श्रृंगार, दलिता हिरण्यकश्यपो तनुभृंगा, केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, तव कर कमलवरे अद्भुत नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव, नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय श्री विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, सीताई गौर प्रेमानंद हरि बोल।
No. No. Do I need to press anything here? I don't need to press anything here.
Hare Krishna.
This one.
I know you can show me one time, but I still can't get it. What do you have to do with it? Oh, this one. Did you see what it is?
The second one.
The second one.
And this one?
Yeah, now it's yeah. So the second one. Yeah. So you will finish lecture by 8:15.
Finish by 8:10.
8:15 you can finish, but latest by
10 there.
yeah.
Is it like you don't have to go further?
Yeah,
Further?
because the board is okay.
Oh, I see.
Would you like to come closer? Come closer. Hare Krishna. Closer. Yeah. Thank you. Start with Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava should be. Not sure which page. Which page is it? Jai Madhava. It's there.
Yeah, yeah.
24, isn't it? Okay. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिधर धारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिधर धारी यशोदानंदन भज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन भज जन रंजन যমুনা তীরাবনচারী যমুনা তীরাবনচারী জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय राधा गोकुल नंद श्री राधे जय राधा गोकुल नंद श्री राधे जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय प्रभुपदा शिल प्रभुपदा
Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Jai. Thank you. Hari Hari Bol. Go to Hari Hari. Can we read from introduction? Oh, okay, first. Okay. Okay. Okay, I read the verse first. Okay. So we are reading today from 7th verse. Just a minute, I'll just get that. Chapter 7, verse 13, Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today I'm going to read from 7:13 Bhagavad Gita. Please do bless me. I'm nervous as usual. And also I'm reading this because for my purification, so I can say something today and understand something from Bhagavad Gita. Right, so I'm going to ask you to repeat the verse. Trivegya guna mayir bhaber. Trive guni mayir bhabe. Trive gune mayir bhabe. Evhi sarvam idam jagat. Evhi sarvam idam jagat. Evhi sarvam idam jagat. Mohitam nabi janati. Mohitam nabi janati. Mohitam nabi janati. Mam eveha param eva yam. Mam evya param avyayam. Mam evya param avyayam. So I'll do the translation, diluted by the three, word by word. Yeah, read word by word if you like. Yes, okay, sure. Okay. Do you want to do that or do you want me to?
Read the verse.
Okay, so do you want me to read the verse first and then do the word by word, yes? Guna mayir bhaver. Evi sarvam idam jagat. Mohitam nabi janati. Mam evya param avyayam. Where is your... Where's the microphone? Please use the microphone. Then
Shall I start again?
online can hear you.
Tribir guna maya bhave.
Vivir guna maya bhave.
Ebi sarvam idam jagat.
Ebi sarvam idam jagat.
Mohitam nabi janati.
mohitam na vijanati,
Mam epya param avyayam.
mam evya param avyayam. You want?
Thank you.
Tribhigunamaya bhaver
Tribhigunamaya bhave,
ebi sarvam idam jagat
devi sarvam idam jagat,
mahitam na bijanati
mohitam na vijanati.
mama param avyayam.
Okay, shall I do the translation?
Word by word.
Word by word first, okay. Trivi, three.
3b, 3.
Gunamai,
Gunamai,
considering of the gunas.
consisting of the gunas.
Bhave,
Bhave,
the states of being.
by the states of being.
Abhi, all
Ab-
these.
Abhi, all these.
Sarvam, who.
Sarvam.
Sarvam, whole.
Adyam, this.
Idam, this.
Jagat, universe.
Jagat, universe.
Mohitam, deluded.
Mohitam, deluded.
Na, abhi janati,
Na
does
abhi
not
janati,
know.
does-
Does not know.
does not know.
Mam, me.
Mam, me.
Ave, above this.
Above thee.
Brahm, the supreme.
Param, the supreme.
Avyam,
Avyayam,
inexhaustible.
inexhaustible.
Okay, shall I read the translation? Diluted by the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible.
Now we can repeat.
Okay, do you want to repeat?
You go bit by bit.
Okay. Diluted by the three modes,
By the three modes.
goodness, passion, and ignorance,
Goodness, passion, and ignorance.
the whole world does not know me,
The whole world does not know me,
who am above the modes and inexhaustible.
who am above the modes and inexhaustible.
Thank you. Can I read the purport? Or? Okay then. Purport: the whole world is enchanted by the three modes of material nature. Those who are bewildered by these three modes cannot understand that transcendental to this material nature is the Supreme Lord Krishna. Every living entity under the influence of material nature has a particular types of body and particular types of psychological and biological activities accordingly. These are four classes of men functioning in the three material modes of nature. Those who are purely in the mode of goodness are called Brahmanas. Those who are purely in the mode of passion are called Kshatriyas. Those who are in the modes of both passion and ignorance are called Vaishyas. Those who are completely in ignorance are called Shudras. And those who are less than that are animals or animal life. However, these designations are not permanent. I may be either a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or whatever. In any case, this life is temporary. But although life is temporary and we do not know what we are going to be in the next life, by the spell of this illusory energy, we consider ourselves in terms of this bodily conception of life, and we thus think that we are American, Indian, Russian, or Brahmana, Hindu, Muslim, etc. And if we become entangled with the modes of material nature, then we forget the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is behind all these modes. So Lord Krishna says that living entities deluded by these three modes of nature do not understand that behind the material background is the Supreme Personality Godhead. There are many different kinds of living entities, human beings, demigods, animals, etc. And each and every one of them in under the influence of material nature, and all of them have forgotten the transcendental personality of Godhead. Those who are in the modes of passion and ignorance, and even those who are in the modes of goodness, cannot go beyond the impersonal Brahman conception of the absolute truth. They are bewildered before the Supreme Lord in his personal feature, which possesses all the beauty, possesses all beauty, opulence, knowledge, strength, fame, and renunciation. When even those who are in goodness cannot understand, what hope is there for those in passion and ignorance? Krishna consciousness is transcendental to all these three modes of material nature, and those who are truly established in Krishna consciousness are actually liberated. So it's quite a lot in here about material nature, three modes of nature. Can we do the Om Yajnana Timirandasya? Okay. It's in the actually introduction, beginning of the introduction. Okay. Om Yajnana Timirandasya
Gnananjana Shalakaya
Kaya Chakshuranlimitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Gadamayam Dadati Sapadam Tikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupa Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivan Sadvaitam Sadhutam Prayajana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dino Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vindavaneshwari Vishobhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpaturu Vyasha Kipa Shindu Vacha Patitanam Pavane Pure Vaishnava Pure Namanamaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you everyone.
If you like, you can read the verse once more.
Want me to read the verse again? Okay.
If you like.
Okay, sure. Yeah, okay.
Reminds you.
Okay, sure. Do you want to read it? You can read if you want.
You read it.
Just English.
Tribhigunamair bhaver ebi sarvam idam jagat mohitam na bijanati mama ebhya param abhyavyam. Deluded by three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible.
So Prabhupada explaining Bhagavad Gita today about the deluded, about the three modes of material nature. He's saying that the three modes means the psychological and biological activities, and example, the identify oneself based on varna, nation, and community. We say that, oh, this is my community. This is, I'm a Brahmana, or and the Varnas, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So people, these are designations. These are not these are temporary, I want to say. It's not permanent. These designations is not permanent, it's temporary. Sometimes we say, oh, this is mine, me and mine, this is mine, this is me. So this, this is my family, my house, my country. And this is actually Krishna's potency. These are not permanent position, as I said. And conditioned souls are illusion. Krishna is saying the whole world is enchanted by the three modes of material nature because they are bewildered, actually. People are bewildered by this three modes of nature. They're thinking that they are themselves. I used to also think that, this is my body and we should enjoy the most, And I used to say to actually my brother, just enjoy it. We only have one life, just enjoy. So didn't understand, that we were binded by this three mode of nature. And so these mode of natures are mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So people who are in mode of goodness, they are, they could, if they're in mode of goodness, they can go to as a demigod, become a demigod. A mode of passion, they can become a human next life. And mode of ignorance, they can become animals, because this is the lowest. So they will, they can become animals. So, but we have to actually think that we need to transcend from that. As Krishna says that the last verse, Krishna consciousness is transcendental to all those three modes of material nature, and those who are truly established in Krishna consciousness are actually liberated. So who can be liberated? Person who is actually doing, Krishna consciousness, meaning, chanting, reading, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So if we read and we try to understand Krishna, Krishna actually gives us this strength to understand him, and we can actually transcend from this mode. But if we don't and we get stuck, then we have to become those things, We cannot transcend without taking the shelter of Krishna. See, cannot understand both cause, the essence and everything. He is transcendental, he is above the three modes. Krishna is above the three modes. He is not binded by this mode, we are, because he is transcendental. So he is not binded by these modes. So what do you think about the...
Okay, would you like to... Okay, I just tried to see if I understood you. So you're saying that this material world is basically run by these three modes of nature. Yeah? That's right, yeah. And everything in this world is somehow in control of one of these modes. It could be just purely with that mode or a mixture of them. But so we are all affected. Anything we do, anything we eat, places we live, clothes we wear, the job we do, it's either in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance, or a mixture of them. And we are affected by these modes. As long as we are in this bodily consciousness. But you said that first of all, Krishna, even though he made this world, but he's not affected by these modes. You said transcendental. He is above. He's not affected. So then you said that we should also try not to be affected. We should go beyond these modes. And the way you recommended is here in this in Bhagavad Gita, that by chanting, by serving Krishna, by the kind of Krishna conscious activities, that would takes us above these modes. That would help us to be less and less affected by these modes of nature.
That's right.
Yeah?
So, Prabhupada actually talking about the three varnas. He's talking about the varnas. He's saying that Brahmana, those who are purely in the mode of goodness, are called Brahmanas. And those who are purely in the mode of passions are called Kshatriyas. And the passion and ignorance are called Vaishyas. And those are ignorant called Shudras. And those who are less than that are animals. Animal life, he's saying here. So, do we really, do we want to transcend? Because, why wouldn't we want to transcend? Because why do we want to stay in these modes, So we need to transcend, we need to read, we need to, and chant. Chanting the holy name is the best way this in Kali Yoga. Because other yogas, you have to do certain type of sacrifice. But in Kali Yoga, we can simply chant and go back home, back to Godhead.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Krishna, has this potency. Krishna possesses all beauty, opulence, knowledge, strength, fame, and renunciation. So he has all these qualities. We have some of those qualities, but in a very minute way, because we have qualities like he is the ocean, and we are the drop. We have the qualities, but we are not the ocean. He has all of the full qualities. We don't have the full qualities. We just have a drop of it. So we have to understand who he is. He is Supreme Personality Godhead. His body is not like ours. His body is spiritual, and our body is material. So he's all spiritual. He's Satchitananda Vigraha. So that means he's pure. And those who are godless, they cannot understand Krishna. They cannot. They do not understand who he is. How supreme he is. And
do you want me to just reflect back?
Can you speak? Yeah.
Okay. There was a lot you said. I'm not sure I remember. You want to remember some of it?
Okay, shall I say it in the small bits, okay?
So what I understood, all you said, was that when we are affected by the modes of nature, then we cannot understand Krishna, because Krishna is transcendental to the modes.
That's right.
He's not affected by it.
No.
But as long as we are identifying with our body, we cannot understand Krishna. Because the body is in a particular, is affected by the modes of nature, Biologically, physically, our actions, show how it is affected by the modes. And then you touched upon the Varna and Ashrama, about the Brahmana who is in a mode of goodness, and a Kshatriya, he's in mode of passion, and because
Passion and ignorance.
passion and ignorance, because they are productive, they want to make money. They're oriented like this. They want to, and they move. They have very fast pace of life as well. They want to achieve. Their desire is to achieve as much as possibly they can. And the Sudras, they are considered in a mode of ignorance, because Sudras are not so knowledgeable, and they like to serve the other two Varnas. And those who are lower than that, then they're considered like animals,
Yes.
So that's as far as I remember.
Something you said I really like, the analogy you used of the ocean and drop of water. And in fact, it shows us why we are affected by the modes of nature. Even though we are the same quality as Krishna, but because we are small, then we are affected by the modes. It's like a drop of water. If you put it on the earth, it gets absorbed by the earth, but the ocean just covers the whole earth. It only by that's why you said by chanting we can go beyond the modes. So by connecting to Krishna, then we get the protection, so we won't be affected by the modes of nature.
That's right, yes.
Thank you.
Because the mode is controlling us. We are actually binded by the modes. People don't know because people think that, everything will be okay. But there is always something. At the moment, like we are short of petrol, then tsunami, then we got all kind of problems. We just had coronavirus, and we're still going through that. So there is always going to be problem here because this is dukkhalam asasatam. So this is a dukkhalam. It's not happiness. There is always going to be some sort of disaster coming. So if we take the shelter of Krishna, if we take the holy name of Krishna, then we can surpass these modes and we can be transcendental. So I would like to actually I have it's that sloka that I'm trying to think is Hari Nama, Hari Nama, Hari Nama, Kevalam, Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, 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 Eva, Gati, Anyaratya. Anya, Ta. Sorry. Yes, please. Can you say that again? Can you say that, Radha Shakti?
Harinam, Harinam, Harinam eva kevalam, kalona seva, nasteva, nasteva, gatiranyata. So the translation is that without the holy name is the only means of surpassing this influence of Kali Yuga, which is the modes of material nature.
Yes, that's exactly what I got here. There is no other way, no other way, no other way in this age of Kali, but to chant the holy name. And also I was thinking of Bhagavad Gita 1866, Sarva Dharma Parityaja Sharanam Mame, sorry, I'll say it again. Sarva Dharma Parityaja Mame Ekam Saranam Vraja Ahem Tam Sarvam Papeyo Moksha Ish Amen Ma Sujatha. Okay, so it means abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. That was really important. When I read that in Bhagavad Gita, and I said, he can get rid of all the, sin that I've done. I've done so many sins. Every day we're making so much sins. Even walking, we're killing so many ants and bugs. So we're making so much sins all the time. But then when I read that, and I saw there is some hope for me. I can get rid of the sins. So that was really good. I'm not very good at the slokas. It's not one of my, strong point. The Sanskrit, because I didn't do Sanskrit at school. I wish I did. So,
but you're good at Bengali. So.
Bengali, I understand. Yes, I can speak Bengali. That's good. That's true. So there are many slokas I got here, but I can't say them all because. Oh, can I just say this one? Sri Shashtakam. Okay. Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Sreyaha Koidava Chandika Vitaranam Vidya Bodhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnamita Swadhanam Sarmatma Sanpanam Param Vijayate Sankirtanam. So it's saying actually the meaning of this is glory of the Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, which cleanses the heart of all dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditioned life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction of humanity at large because it spreads the ray of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of the transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar of which we are always anxious. Yes. Sorry, I've written it, but I couldn't squeezed it over there. Okay. Did you want to say something about that, or do we have to finish soon?
No, we have 10 minutes.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I thought she said 1:15, and I thought, oh my God, I haven't said a lot of things.
8:30.
Okay, can I say something quickly again? Watering the tree, because if we worship Krishna, it's like, when you water the tree, all the branches, the leaves and the twigs, they all get nourished. So if we actually pray to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then we are actually nourishing the whole, all the demigods, everyone, they're pleased with us that way.
But we don't need to do it so separately.
We don't need to do separately. No, if we worship Krishna, then all the demigods are really happy. Actually, we can even offer prasad, which I do at home. I give it to the demigods.
Oh.
Because I have a Shiva, so I give to Shivalings, and and my daughter likes here, she's here. She likes Ganesh, so I kept the Ganesh there, because she had a dream about Ganesh, that, she had few dreams about Ganesh, and she actually likes Ganesh, so do I. He moves the obstacles in your life, so he's very important, and he's Krishna's cousin, nephew.
Oh,
he's Krishna's nephew.
is he?
Because Ma Durga is Krishna's sister, and Ganesh is the mother. Durga mother's son is Ganesh.
Oh.
So what I do is I offer the prasadam to Krishna, and then I give it to them.
Right.
That way they are really happy. But if you give them just prasad, they're not really happy, because they would like, they always like Krishna's prasad.
Yeah.
Do you want to say something? I want to give you opportunity. Would you like to say something?
I need to have a bit more of a think. So does that mean that we can be self-realized through chanting the Maha Mantra even if we don't do anything else?
Yes. Because in the 9 processes, the chanting comes first, Shravanam and Kirtanam. Hearing comes first, and then Kirtanam second. So if we hear and we chant, that's a good start. Because in Bhagavad Gita is, many of us have not read Bhagavad Gita. Those who are reading Bhagavad Gita, they're learning. What are they learning in Bhagavad Gita? What's in Bhagavad Gita? He says, I got this out today. I found that in Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, we learn about the Supreme Lord. And then, first of all, Supreme Lord. And then we learn about the living entity. Then we learn about the nature. And then we learn about the time, eternal time, and activities, karma. So these are the things we are learning. So this is very important, because when I read the Bhagavad Gita, and I just realized how rich it was, So I read so many other religious books before, but I never found the nectar. By reading Bhagavad Gita, I found that this real nectar is here, And it's my life now. I love it. So I think we should all read Bhagavad Gita and read Bhagavatam, because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is explaining about these things. But in Bhagavatam, Actually, Vyasadeva has written the Bhagavatam and is actually glorifying Krishna. You know, Vyasadeva, when he wrote the Vedas, the 4 Vedas, he wrote them, but then he wasn't satisfied. And why wasn't he satisfied? Then one day he was sitting down and by the river, and then Narada Muni came, that's his guru, and he came and he said, "Why are you looking so upset?" And then he said, "Well, you know, I don't feel satisfied. I've written all this, I don't feel satisfied." So then he said, "Well, you're not satisfied because you haven't glorified Krishna." So in Bhagavatam, you get all the glorification in there. All devotees are glorifying Krishna, which is nice. And Krishna likes that when we glorify Krishna.
So what I understand from your answering the question that what's your name? Avi asked that so by chanting we become self-realized and we don't need to do anything else. So what I understand from your answer, you're saying that reading Bhagavad Gita is the same, is also chanting, because it is by chanting his name we are glorifying Krishna. By reading Bhagavad Gita we are glorifying Krishna. So this Shravanam Kirtanam, that includes chanting, includes reading Bhagavad Gita, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, speaking about it. So
and eating prasad.
Yeah, but Abby was asking about chanting.
Yes.
She said that if we chant, we don't need to do anything else.
Yes.
Yeah, that is what we learn
That is a service
from
as
the
well, because,
scripture. But
using our tongue, and this is a service, yes. But then we do other services as well. We do the deity worship. Then when we take initiation, we can do the deity worship. We can, cook for Krishna. But if you're not initiated, you can do other services as well, which is nice because then you have association of the devotees. You're doing service together. Association very important to have.
And just on chanting, we chant the way, whichever way we can. But you've heard about the 10 offenses. Have you heard? So it's important we try, to be attentive and to do offenseless chanting. But reading Bhagavad Gita helps us in that direction, helps us to do better chanting. And in fact, Bhagavad Gita is, it's both chanting and reading the scripture is glorifying Krishna. So it's this reading is even though Lord Chaitanya said, chanting, is the only way, but the emphasis, Prabhupada emphasizes on reading Bhagavad Gita and trying to understand, so that would improve our chanting to become offenseless.
Because, we have the 9 processes. So hearing is important. So we hear, when we hear about Krishna, and then we want to, we hear about the chanting as well. We hear about Krishna, we hear about his chanting, and then we become interested. We said, wow, this sound vibration is not from this world, it's from Goloka Vrindavan, it's not from here. It's a heavenly, it's not a heavenly planet either, it's above. It's Goloka Vrindavan, where Krishna is.
Spiritual.
Huh?
Spiritual.
It's spiritual. So it's not mundane song, So if we're chanting Hare Krishna, we never get bored. But if we're chanting some other name or some other song, we will get bored. But we never seem to get bored. We seem to want to chant more and more. Because, sometimes I finish 16 rounds and said, let me do another 2 rounds more, or let me do another 2 rounds, So it's just that we get the satisfaction in our heart by chanting. So that's why this hearing and chanting is the first one. Then we have the remembering, the serving the Lord, lotus feet. And then we have deity worship, which we are recommended to do because they're your personal deities. So when you actually personally serve them, you get attached to. It's like, when you have family, you serve your family, then you get attached to your family. If we didn't serve them, we wouldn't be attached to them. So therefore, if we serve Krishna at home, like I have deities, I wake them up and then I, worship them in the morning and give them something to eat, fruit, cooked, everything I cook, I give it to deities, then we eat afterward. So if we do all these things, we practice this practice will make us perfect. So deity worship, praying to Krishna, executing orders of the spiritual master. I have a spiritual master, so if I don't execute my promise to him, then I don't feel good, like he's given me the initiation, and if I don't fulfill, you wouldn't feel good and you wouldn't progress, because you cannot progress without the instruction of your guru. Like Prabhupada, he's given us instruction what to do and what to read, And if we didn't do that, we cannot move on. We couldn't transcend. It's not easy to transcend without doing all this. So these are important. But first thing, that is hearing and chanting. And then after the executing orders, number 7, serving as a friend, and then completely surrender. That will come later, because when we do all this, like Vaidhi Bhakti, because at the moment I'm just doing Vaidhi Bhakti, I'm just taking the order of what my Guru Maharaj is saying. Do this, get up in the morning, get up certain time. You have to get up for, 3:30. I get up, like today I think I got up a little late 4. So, you get up and you do all the things that your Guru has told you, or Prabhupada instructed us. That if we do that, then we chant in the morning, take on chanting, and then we do our puja, then we listen to the lecture. I listen to the lecture. If I'm not here, I'm listening at home. So whole day I'm doing spiritual life, whole day. Everything I do, I buy anything from shops. Oh, I buy for Krishna. What would Krishna like? Krishna likes chiku, so I go and buy chiku. He likes this.
What is that?
Chiku is fruit. Krishna likes that, round fruits.
Oh, chiku.
Chiku is called chiku. So my daughter goes with me. She buys chiku as well. Would you like to say something? She said, no, I'm okay. So, things like that. So when we go shopping, what would Krishna like? No, okay, a lot of the time we think, oh, what will my children like? What will my grandchildren like? But if still we still offer Krishna. Even if we cooking something and we want to serve our family, but we still offer Krishna. Everything we're doing, we're offering Krishna, and we're thinking about Krishna. If we can think of him 24 hours, even when we're asleep, I have the tape. Sometime I haven't had it for a while, but I will do it again. So, thank you. Thank you, Chandni. And so if we dovetail all our activities in Krishna consciousness, then we will progress. And then we can transcend from these modes. Otherwise, there's no chance of transcending from this mode. I had many things, but I think the time is really going.
Yeah, we have to stop.
Yes, would you like to say something, please?
Thank you for a wonderful class, Mataji. You mentioned about you offered prasad to Lord Shiva, and I wondered, did you mean that you offered him prasad that had already been offered to Krishna?
Yes.
Okay. I just wondered. Yeah.
He's the first guru.
Yeah, I feel, because I feel very connected to Lord Shiva as well. I feel his presence, and so I have some things in my home in honor of him, but I know it's a bit controversial in Krishna consciousness, and I can't really understand, what the problem is if I want to, firstly, obviously it's Krishna's at the center, but if I have room to just keep my connection with Lord Shiva, I don't see what's wrong with that.
Wrong with that.
Okay.
Because Shiva Tattva, somebody actually gives class. What's his name again? Something Nath. Ramanath, something. He gave a good class, actually. If I can find some of his writings, I will send it to you. And that will be really good, because what he says that Shiva, Krishna is milk and Shiva is yogurt. Krishna is the Supreme Personality Godhead. Everything comes from him. All the demigods come from him. You know? But Shiva is the first demigod. So everything's emanating from Krishna. Everything. The whole universe, us, all the other universes, the 14 universes that we have, they all emanates from Krishna. They're all coming from Krishna. Everything. You, me, and he's sitting in our heart. He knows everything about us.
And Lord Shiva as well.
And Lord Shiva as well, yes. So, you know, so everything we do, and every jiva, not just human, you know, the animals. Prabhupada is saying here about the animals, isn't he? And he's talking about the
connection
trees.
with what Mataji says, so as long as we know who is the boss. Then
I think you answered your question because you said long as we know that Krishna is the boss.
yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Because it's... Yes. Our conch shell here, you know, it's got Shiva's face. Then I asked somebody, I said, why is it that we have Shivas? He said, well, he's a Mahajan. The Pujari said he's a Mahajan. So I said, okay, you know, that's good. Because the thing is, my father is a Shiva Bhakta. So I had a Shivaling. And then I removed from my altar. And then I had somebody who came. He told me to remove, then he put it back again. I don't know why, but it's always been there. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality Godhead. There's no one above him. No one. Yeah. That we must remember. Okay, I think we run out. Vancha kalpataru yasha kipa sindhu vaivaccha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Sorry if I made any mistakes. And
Shamalangi Mataji ki jaya.
I'm not used to giving class. I can do one-to-one, you know.
All glories to the assembled.
But to speak to all of you here and speaking live makes me nervous.
Sit outside and talk.
I can sit outside and talk.
Yes.
One of my friends told me
you found your...
One of my friends told me that, you know, she's a Prabhupada disciple. And she said that, you know, she used to, in very place, in 70s, she used to be in the showroom. And she said she used to preach to everyone and people will come, you know, by listening to her. And then when they put her on a Vyasasana, she said, I couldn't say anything, you know. She said then she asked to be transferred again to the showroom. Yeah. She was... Then she could do, and that's my story as well, you know. Thank you very much indeed. We should say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, everyone.